Western Railway service to Basingstoke, Quiet, Surbiton, Walton-on-Thames, Weybridge, Woking, Brookwood, Farnborough, Fleet, Winchfield, Hook and Basingstoke. The next station is Surbiton. That doesn't look right, speak to staff or text British Transport Police on 61016. We'll sort it. See it, say it, sort it.
The next station is Clapham Junction. Change here for London Victoria, East Croydon, London Gatwick Airport, Brighton, Kensington Olympia and Wilston Junction.
Fleet, Winchfield, Hook and Basingstoke. Safety information is displayed in our coaches. Please try to keep all your personal items with you. If you see anything suspicious, please tell the guard or another member of staff. You can find me located in the 5th carriage of this 5-car service at the moment. Please do not hesitate to ask if you need any help or assistance. Please note, Oyster cards, contactless payment cards and freedom passes are valid only to Surbiton. If you wish to travel beyond Surbiton, you'll need a ticket. Thank you.
On the Waterloo to Basingstoke and Alton services, you can only use Oyster and contactless as far as Surbiton. This also applies for services to Woking and Guildford via Cobham and Stoke Davenant. You can use Oyster and contactless to Hampton Court, to Thamesditton and Hampton Court. On services to Portsmouth, Weymouth and Salisbury, you can only use Oyster and contactless either from Waterloo to Clapham Junction, or Oyster and contactless are not valid if they are non-stop from Waterloo to Woking, Basingstoke or Winchester. This also includes the services that continue to Exeter. First time on 444s since Elinor replaced Celia in February 2024. Elinor is also on the 450s, 455s and 484s on Island Line, Isle of Wight. Yes, that is a 701 and yes, they do run. Slowly entering service if not in storage. At the moment they're only running on Mondays to Fridays between Waterloo and Windsor and Eton Riverside. Elinor was first introduced to the 158s and 159s back in late June, early July 2023. 158s, 159s for all announcements, and also originally for penalty fare messages on 444s, 450s and 455s. Then Elinor replaced all of Celia's recordings on the 444s, 450s and 455s in February this year. Also introduced the 484s on the Island Line Isle of Wight in October 2023. Elinor has not yet been rolled out to the 458s or 701s or 707s. 707s will likely transfer to Southeastern some point this year once all of the 701s have been rolled out. Also, Elinor will eventually be introduced to the 701s, as the 458/5s are due to be phased out. It's not yet known whether Elinor will be used on the 458/4s or if the 458/4s will retain Celia's voice. As Southwestern Railway currently have no plans to operate any 458/4s. Worst case scenario, 458/4s could end up going to scrap. We appear to be following another service. I think this is 44043 on 1 Tango 25 to Portsmouth Harbour via Winchester. That one's calling at Woking, Farnborough Main, Fleet, Basingstoke, Mitchell Dever, Winchester, Eastleigh, Hedgend, Botley, Fareham, Portchester, Cosham, Hilsea, Fratton, Portsmouth and Southsea, and Portsmouth Harbour. Phil used to announce on the 444s and 450s until he was replaced by Celia in around 2006, 2007 or 2008. Phil was also on the 170s, however I could not find any recordings of Phil on the 170s. I could only find some recordings of Phil when he was on the 444s and 450s. The next station is Clapham Junction. Change here for London Victoria, East Croydon, London Gatwick Airport, Brighton, Kensington Olympia and Willesden Junction. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform edge. Definitely lots of people on the platform, meaning it will likely get busy from here. Platform 8 is not used, only fast train announcements play on platform 8.
This is Clapham Junction. This train is for Basingstoke. The next station is Surbiton.
Surbiton. I do actually like Elinor's voice on Southwestern Railway. Elinor is also used on the West Midlands Metro Trams. And also the new Battersea extension recordings on the Northern Line. So, the new Battersea extension and Elizabeth Line recordings on the Elizabeth Line. The next station is Tottenham Court Road. Change here for Central Line and the Elizabeth Line. The next station is Moorgate. Change here for Circle, Hammersmith and City and Metropolitan lines, the Elizabeth Line and National Rail services.
Transport Police on 61016. We'll sort it. See it, say it, sort it.
Shame that the rollout of the 701s has been very slow. Also, I definitely wasn't expecting Elinor to appear
Our
on...
trains are controlled by uniformed and plainclothes revenue protection teams. If you do not hold a valid ticket for this train, you may be issued with a minimum penalty fare of £100 or face prosecution.
As I was saying, I was definitely not expecting Elinor to announce on the 455s, which are due to be phased out by the 701s, as the 701s slowly roll out into service. I imagine this will take up to 5 years, depending on how things go.
Good morning, this is the girl. Welcome aboard this Southeastern Railway service to Basingstoke, calling at Shepperton, Walton-on-Thames, Weybridge, Woking, Brookwood, Farnborough, Fleet, Winchfield, HOK and Basingstoke. Safety information is displayed in our coaches. Please try to keep all your personal items with you. If you see anything suspicious, please tell the guard or another member of staff. You can find me located at the rail this 5-car service at the moment. Please do not hesitate to ask if you need any help or assistance. Please note, Oyster card, contactless payment cards and freedom passes are valid only to Shepperton. If you are traveling beyond Shepperton, you'll need a ticket. Thank you.
If I ever do the West of England line again, I'll probably do the 1725 from Exeter to Waterloo, which calls out more stations, because last time I did it, it was the 1425 back. And my mum wanted to be home early. And there's 458, 425, previously 458, 525, 458, 531, with 458, 514, currently doing something in the depot, not sure exactly what it is. Hello 455, goodbye 455. Looks like the blue one is currently doing 2 kilo 17. Slow stock trains at Wimbledon. 458909 is doing 2 kilo 17 from Waterloo to Strawberry Hill via Kingston, then back to Waterloo via Richmond with 455-868, the blue 455. Looks like we're not seeing the blue 455 on this journey today, but we will definitely see the 707. Only 707-024 and 707-030. Currently doing 2 Foxtrot 24 from Woking to Waterloo, both 707-030 and 707-024. Apparently they have the NS chime for manual announcements from the guard or driver if it's with Thameslink, Southeastern or Great Northern. Well, the Desiro City family in general. Shame that South Western Railway's 707s have a text-to-speech voice. This text-to-speech voice is also used on 444s and 450s only for standard class only on certain routes, and ASDO is isolated. The London to Weymouth services have different calling patterns. The first train calls at Clapham Junction, Basingstoke, Winchester, Southampton Airport Parkway, Southampton Central, Brockenhurst, New Milton, Christchurch, Folkestone for Boscombe and Bournemouth, where the train separates. One portion continues to Poole, Hamworthy, Holton Heath, Wareham, Well, Moreton, Dorset, Dorchester South, Upwey and Weymouth, while the other portion goes to Branksome, Parkston and Poole. The second train calls at Woking, Winchester, Southampton Airport Parkway, Southampton Central, Brockenhurst and Bournemouth, where the train separates. The front portion continues to Branksome, Parkston, Poole, Hamworthy, Wareham, Dorchester South and Weymouth, while the other portion detaches and terminates at Bournemouth. Train ready to start. Ready to start, it's 2 on the buzzer or bell.
The next station is Surbiton. Change here for Thames Distance and Hampton Court. Please note that Oyster, contactless payment cards and Freedom passes without a suitable extension are not valid beyond the next station stop.
Surbiton. The City Beam is due to arrive shortly, calling at Wimbledon, Earlsfield, Clapham Junction, Vauxhall and London Waterloo.
I think you just put it on the table and say.
This is Surbiton. This train is for Basingstoke. The next station is Walton-on-Thames.
So not calling at Esher or Hersham. Your next train to Esher or Hersham, and Hersham also Byfleet and New Haw and West Byfleet. This will be the 10:44 from platform 4. Stand clear of the doors, please. City Beam! City Beam!
If you see something that doesn't look right, speak to staff or text British Transport Police on 61016. We'll sort it. See it, say it, sort it.
Has he gone to a before? It'd be interesting to see how he actually gets on with it.
Please note, Oyster, contactless payment cards and Freedom passes without a suitable extension are not valid on this service.
YouTube ones, where they're all classified, you know, like.
plainclothes revenue protection
But yeah,
team.
it's true. I would let
If you
you
do
get
not
it,
hold
say,
a
like,
valid
this
ticket
way,
for
it's
this
not
train,
done it,
you may be issued with a minimum penalty fare of £100 or face prosecution.
In this instance, it might be the better thing to do because do it to withdraw. And I think you can say that because obviously there's so many big cars coming up this year. Maybe this is what it is to make like say it like that. What time do I try and get it?
Over there goes the Hampton Court branch, Thames Ditton and Hampton Court. This here is the new Guildford line, goes to Hinchley Wood, Claygate, Oxshott, Cobham and Stoke, Dabenham, Effingham Junction, Horsley, Clarendon, London Road, Guildford and Guildford. Platforms 2 and 3 at Esher are disused and are mainly the fast lines. Similar to the case at New Malden. Normally it's a 450 operating the slow services between Waterloo and Basingstoke. Somehow this service is using a 444, thankfully. Triple 5 coaches, 2+2 seating throughout, and plenty of tables. First class area used to have 2+1 seating, and 450s it's 2+3 and 2+2 seating, and lots of tray tables. The only proper tables are in the first class areas behind the drivers' cabs. Thankfully the first class area is declassified but only on some routes. First class is only available from Waterloo to Alton, Basingstoke, Portsmouth, Salisbury, Exeter, Bournemouth, Poole and Weymouth.
The next station is Walton-on-Thames. Please mind the gap. Please mind the steps down from the train to the platform.
Walton-on-Thames, just like Esher, has disused platforms 2 and 3.
Walton-on-Thames. This train is for Basingstoke. The next station is Weybridge.
Your next train to Staines and Hounslow. This will be the 11:03 from platform 1. that's 444026 with 444025 to Lima 30 from Basingstoke to London Waterloo. Once again, that's operating with 444026 and 444035. 450s are more common on the Waterloo to Alton and Basingstoke routes.
Station is Weybridge. Change here for Addleston, Chertsey, Virginia Water, Egham and Staines. Please mind the gap.
Those travelling to Byfleet and New Haw and West Byfleet, your next train will be the 10:57 to Woking from platform 3.
This is Weybridge. This train is for Basingstoke. The next station is Woking.
Triple 4026 and triple 4041. This is the slightly delayed 1 Whiskey 96 from Weymouth to London Waterloo, triple 4041 from Weymouth, and triple 4006 from Bournemouth. Calls it Upwey, Dorchester South, Morton, Dorset, Wareham, Holton Heath, Hamworthy, Poole, Parkston, Braxham, Bournemouth, Brockenhurst, Southampton Central, Southampton Airport Parkway, Winchester, Basingstoke, Woking, Clapham Junction and London Waterloo. The 455 we just passed was 2 Foxtrot 26 from Woking to London Waterloo with 455861 and 455706.
We have another nephew? Or is it?
West Byfleet, platform 2 is used by fast trains only. I mean, some slow trains can stop at platform 2, but the platforms 1 and 3 are mainly used. Hello, 159. So that was 159014 and 159016 as 1 Lima 25 from Waterloo to Exeter St David's. Variety of connections from Woking. Next train to Portsmouth via Guildford. This will be the 10:55 from platform 5. There's also an 11:13 also from platform 5 to Portsmouth Harbour.
Right, so I want to change that. Can you read up bring up that messages, please?
Anyone travelling to Alton, there will be a 1100 from platform 5. Your next all station service to London Waterloo will be the 1103 from platform 3. This 1103 service to Waterloo is with 458536 and 458506. Good that the 458/5s are still kicking around, thankfully, with Celia still. Hello, 159016. 159014. Goodbye, 159.
The next station is Woking. This is Woking. This train is for Basingstoke. The next station is Brookwood.
Yeah?
Woking, this is Woking. The train now standing at platform 5 is the 10:49 Southeastern Railway service to Basingstoke, calling at Brookwood, Farnborough Main, Fleet, Winchfield, Hook and Basingstoke. Woking,
Good morning,
this is Woking. The train now standing at platform 4 is the 10:46 service to Exeter St David's, calling at Basingstoke, Andover, Salisbury, Tisbury, Gillingham, Templecombe, Sherborne, Yeovil Junction, Crewcombe, Axminster, Honiton, Windrush, Cranbrook, Pinhoe, Exeter Central and Exeter St David's.
If you see something that doesn't look right, speak to staff or text British Transport Police on 61016. We'll sort it. See it, say it, sorted. SWR trains are controlled by uniformed and plainclothes revenue protection teams. If you do not hold a valid ticket for this train, you may be issued with a minimum penalty fare of £100 or face prosecution.
That's the letter we'll get there.
Yeah. Because it is birthdays. Because we're actually going, my birthday's on Wednesday, and we're now going to leave on the Monday. No?
Notice to staff, this is not an authorised walking route. Platform 6, bay platform at the west end of platform 5. It's not used by passenger services. Well, it's rarely used, only if there are plan engineering works into Waterloo. If there are plan engineering works on the main line via Shepperton, then they could divert trains via Staines. And if Fort Park is open, then these faster trains could also call at Staines for buses to Fort Park Resort. Provided it's open, that is. It's usually open from late March, early April to late October, early November each year.
So this is the other features of. So next to your order, I started working on it now, option 1. But it isn't my opinion that the local one is wrong, but everybody looks.
A 12-car 450. Meanwhile, in other places of the country you have shorter trains, 6-car 331s, or even 6-car 197s. Sometimes Southeastern Railway run short trains for long distances, 3-car 159 from Waterloo to Exeter St David's. Other train operating companies that do the same. Cross-country 4-car Voyager from Aberdeen to Penzance. Avanti 5-car Voyager from London to Holyhead. Transport for Wales 2-car 197 from Manchester to Carmarthen. East Midlands Railway 5-car 222 from St Pancras to Sheffield or Nottingham, or a 2-car 158 or 170 from Norwich to Liverpool. Great Western Railway 5-car IET from Penzance to Cardiff or London. And that's Penzance to either Cardiff Central or London Paddington. Northern 2-car 195 York to Blackpool or Leeds to Chester. West Midlands trains 4-car 350 from London to Crewe or Birmingham to Liverpool.
The next station is Guildford.
And Trans-Pennine Express, 3-car 185 from Manchester to Scarborough, Manchester to Hull, Liverpool to Cleethorpes, or Manchester Airport to Saltburn. Yep, that was just a 159 on its own. Specifically 159001 as 1 Lima 30 from Gillingham Dorset to London Waterloo.
This train is for Basingstoke. The next station is Farnborough.
Also Elinor 5-car Azuma from London King's Cross to Leeds, Harrogate, Skipton, Bradford, Middlesbrough or Hull, or even Lincoln Central. Hull trains often run 5-car Paragon trains from King's Cross to Hull. Grand Central always 5-car 180s or 221s from King's Cross to Sunderland and Bradford interchange. Sometimes South Western Railway run 5-car 444s all the way from London to Weymouth. Over there goes the line to Ashvale, Aldershot, Farnham, Bentley, Hampshire and Alton. Lots of stations with more than one name. So Newport, you have Newport Gwent and Newport Essex. Kirby, you've got Kirby and Ashfield, Kirby Merseyside, and Kirby Stephen, also Kirby in Furness. Dalston, you have Dalston Cumbria, Dalston Junction and Dalston Kingsland. Clapham, you've got Clapham North Yorkshire, Clapham High Street, Clapham Junction, Clapham North, Clapham Common, Clapham South, Clapham High Street. In addition to London Waterloo and Waterloo East, you have Waterloo in Merseyside, Victoria, Southend Victoria, London Victoria, Manchester Victoria, so we do Victoria Road, and that's it. You have St James Park in Exeter and St James Park in London. St James's Park on London Underground. Bramley, West Yorkshire and Bramley, Hampshire, Millbrook, Hampshire and Millbrook, Bedfordshire. Also have Hope, Derbyshire and Hope, Flintshire. Lots of places called Newton Le Willows, Newton St Sires, Newton Lanarkshire, Newton Abbot, got Newton Lanarkshire, Newton Abbot, Newton Aycliffe, Newton St Sires, Newton for Hyde, and also Newtown, Powys and New Mills, Newtown. Garth Powys and Garth Glamorgan.
The next station is Farnborough. Please mind the gap.
Also Whitchurch, Glamorgan, Whitchurch, Hampshire and Whitchurch, Shropshire. You've got Whitton, you've got Whitton with an H in London and Whitton without an H in the Midlands. Here we are at Farnborough Main.
This is Farnborough. This train is for Basingstoke. The next station is Fleet.
Good morning, this is the 1103 Southeastern Railway service to Basingstoke, calling at Fleet, Winchfield, HOK and Basingstoke. I'm currently awaiting the 5th carriage of this 5-car service. Please do not hesitate to ask if you need any help or assistance. Thank you.
There's also Great Bentley in Greater Anglia area. There's also Garston in Hertfordshire, and also Garston in Merseyside, which is now Liverpool South Parkway. Finally, now departing Farnborough Main. We are expected to arrive into Basingstoke at 11:28. There may be a Charing Cross in London, but there is also a Charing Cross in Glasgow. You've got Howard, no spaces in outside Glasgow, and Howard with a space on the St Albans Abbey line. Lots of places called Morton. There's Morton, Merseyside on the Wirral line, Morton, Dorset on the Southwestern Main Line, and Morton in Marsh on the Cotswolds line from Oxford to Hereford. And Walton, Merseyside on the Ormskirk branch of the Wirral line, and Walton-on-Thames on the Southwestern Main Line, which we called out earlier in this journey. In the Cardiff Valleys, there's two places called Dinas. There's Dinas Rhondda on the Treherbert line and Dinas Powys on the Vale of Glamorgan line.
Station is Fleet.
That's Fleet, not Flint, which is in North Wales. Two places called Bangor here in the UK, one in North Wales and the other in Northern Ireland.
This is Fleet. This train is for Basingstoke. The next station is Winchfield.
The only train operating companies that currently do request stops are Great Western Railway, Northern, ScotRail and Transport for Wales. So at request stops, if you wish to get off the train, you have to ask the conductor to arrange for it to stop there. If you're getting on at request stop, clearly show your hand to the driver as the train approaches. Greater Anglia used to do request stops, but they don't do them anymore after the introduction of the 755s on regional routes. Brampton, two places called Brampton, one in Cumbria between Carlisle and Newcastle, and the other, Brampton, is in Suffolk on the East Suffolk line between Ipswich and Lowestoft. You also have Reedham, Norfolk, between Norwich and Lowestoft, with some trains to Great Yarmouth also calling out Reedham, Norfolk, and also Reedham, Surrey on the Tattenham Corner branch. two places called Earlswood. One is Earlswood, Surrey, between Redhill and Gatwick Airport, and the other Earlswood is in the West Midlands on the Whitlock's End line of the Snow Hill lines. Speaking of two-car trains in London, well, basically there used to be two-car trains operating with two cars in the London area. On the Goblin line there used to be two-car 150s and 172s before the 710s were introduced, as well as temporary 378s, while the 710s were having problems fixed. The only places in London with two-car trains now are the Greenford branch between West Ealing and Greenford, two-car 165s. Chiltern have regular two-car 165 and 168 operated services in and out of Marylebone. And during off-peak period, Southern often have two-car 171s between London Bridge and Uckfield. Sometimes East Midlands Railway operate 4-car 360s between St Pancras and Corby.
Station is Whitfield.
I wonder why Southwestern Railway ended up having text-to-speech on the 707s. I mean, on 707, and Celia is on the 707s, but she only does the see it, say it, sorted message at the start of the journey.
This is Whitfield. This train is for Basingstoke. The next station is Hook.
Celia used to be on the 442s and 456s before they were withdrawn. Celia's new version was used on the 442s before they were withdrawn in March 2020 due to COVID and then scrapped in 2021. Celia was also used on the 456s before withdrawal in January 2022, then scrapped by the end of 2022. New Celia is currently on 701s Used to also be on the 484s. Apparently the text-to-speech voice a cappella Rachel from the 707s still does the standard class only, and ASDO is isolated messages on 444s and 450s.
Station is Hook.
We're at our penultimate stop, Hook. On the journey back to Waterloo, I'll be in the quiet zone. The quiet zone separates standard and first class. So that was 444017 and 444007 with 444018 as the 1 Whiskey 21 from Waterloo to Weymouth and Bournemouth. 444007 continues to Weymouth while 444018 detaches and terminates at Bournemouth. This train's calling at Woking, Winchester, Southampton Airport Parkway, Southampton Central, Brockenhurst and Bournemouth, where the train divides. 444007 continues to Branksome, Parkston, Poole, Hamworthy, Holton Heath, Wareham, Wirral, Morton Dorset, Dorchester South, Upwey and Weymouth, while 444018 detaches and terminates at Weymouth.
This is Book. This train is for Basingstoke only. Any abusive behaviour towards our teams will not be tolerated and will be reported to the British Transport Police. Video surveillance and body-worn cameras are in use on board our trains and at our stations.
If I don't do this 444 back to Waterloo, then I'll probably do it on the 450 instead. Details regarding connections from Basingstoke. Your next train to Overton, Whitchurch, Andover, Greatley and Salisbury. This will be the 11:38 from platform 2. Your next train to Winchester, Southampton Airport Parkway, Southampton Central, Brockenhurst, New Milton, Christchurch, Folkestone for Boscombe and Bournemouth. This will be the 11:49 from platform 1. Your next train to Reading. Your next fast train to Reading will be the 11:49 cross-country service to Manchester Piccadilly from platform 4. Your next local stopping service to Reading via Bramley, Hampshire, Mortimer, Reading Green Park, Reading West and Reading. This will be your 11:53 Great Western Railway service to Reading from platform 5. Your next train to Mitchell Dever, Eastleigh, Hedgend, Botley, Fareham, Portchester, Cosham, Hilsea, Fratton, Portsmouth and Southsea and Portsmouth Harbour. This will be the 12:03 from platform 2. Your next direct train to Exeter St David's is the 12:08 from platform 2. Could do a 450 back to Waterloo, as the 450s also have the new announcements. This train will arrive in platform 1, meaning that the doors will open on the left hand side in the direction of travel.
shortly be arriving at the Basingstoke. Our trainer stop. I'd like to thank you for traveling with Southeastern Railway, and I hope you have safe and pleasant onward journey. Please make sure you've got all your personal items with you when you leave the train. The next stop, Basingstoke, or change, please. Thank you.
Long distance network operated.
This train is now approaching its final stop. This is Basingstoke. Change here for Reading, the Midlands and the North. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform edge. Please remember to take all your personal belongings when you leave the train. Thank you for travelling with Southwestern Railway. If you see something that doesn't look right, speak to staff or text British Transport Police on 61016. We'll sort it. See it. Say it, sorted.
So this is a map of long distance network. So anything operated with 444s, 158s and 159s, also 450s as well. There's no Walton-on-Thames or Weybridge because 444s don't normally call at those stations. Also, there's a 450 over there, that's off to Waterloo. That's 450-060. Not all stations are shown on this map. That's supposed to say Pokes down for Boscombe. We're racing 70016 into Basingstoke. I imagine they'll just get everyone off the train before going into the sidings. Next train on platform 3 does not stop here. This is the freight train that we just saw outside the station. So if you hold the open door button, then it just opens doors straight away. The exact same on other original Desiro units, as well as Chilton's 68 Mark III sets.
This is Basingstoke, where this train finishes its journey.
Yep. You're getting off, don't worry. Definitely better than the usual 450s. And just like that, the train is locked out of use.